If you're a facilities manager at a university, you know students rely on the cafeteria for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the occasional late-night snack. So when a dishwasher breaks down and dirty plates pile up, the mess hall can turn messy in the blink of an eye. Enter Grainger. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast delivery, the product you need now is never far away. So you can turn that dishwasher back into a lean, clean washing machine. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready. Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort. Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver Common Sense Show. I'm on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. Why isn't that coming on? Come on. Turn on. There we go. As I said, this is Reaver Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe. I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. It is getting really difficult anymore to make sense out of the senseless. Remember, you can catch the show on YouTube, Rumble, Facebook. You can also listen after the show from download podcast from Spreaker, iHeart, Spotify, Apple. I'm like a bad infection. I'm just spreading all over the place. Man, my nose is itchy. Itchy. Ugh. All right. How's everybody's weekend? Don't forget, if you're so inclined, first, jump in the chat. You can jump in the chat with YouTube or through Rumble. Rumble, we're broadcasting on SHR Media. Media done right. Well, let me rephrase that. Conservative media done right. Jump in the chat. I don't care. Tell me off. Tell me you like me. Tell me you hate me. Tell me you want me to get a raise, get fired. Either way, doesn't matter. Forgot that side of the flag to fix. And while you're there, if you would, it's free. Hit subscribe, like, share, follow, whatever the button is for where you're listening. And if you're so inclined, I do have 2 QR codes. I do accept tips. Not required. Buy me a coffee. Tell me you want me to get off air, you'll buy me a coffee. Doesn't mean I'm going to get off air, but no. If you're so inclined, go ahead. Just scan the QR codes, and it'll take you to whichever Cash App. I have Cash App and Venmo. I just all discombobulated tonight. My mustache is tickling my nose, I think. So one thing I want to touch on real quick that I found funny as hell. Hunter Biden and his legal team have filed paperwork with Fox News. They're going to sue him for posting Hunter Biden's pictures of him smoking crack and smoking crack with hookers, prostitutes, ladies of the night. So he goes and fucks up and exposes this, and then gets upset when the news grabs hold of it and posts it, and he's going to try to sue. He's done this before, hasn't gone anywhere. All he's doing is wasting money, which is something he does a lot of. I mean, if you're smoking crack, you're wasting money. He's a waste of space. I would love to. I found this new song, Afro Man, his Because I Got High song. Well, he redid it, and it is hilarious. Oh, let's see how much trouble I get in for this. All right, hold on one second. I got to pause this. I mean, I got music in the background. I got Typo Negative playing. So, I'm only going to play part of this because I know I'm going to ding probably for copyright, but so be it. Let's go to this way. And where's that? And that. And here we go. I'm going to jump forward a little bit. We'll start from the beginning.
Shout out to Bass Records. Hey, yo, Hunter. Roll up another one of them congressional blunts, brother. He was gonna get his laptop fixed, but
Only got high.
He wasn't gonna show all them dick pics, but
Only got high.
He should have let Hillary bleach his whole hard drive. Yeah.
I love that. He should have let Hillary bleach his whole hard drive.
Hey, Hunter got high. Hunter got high. Hunter got high. He wasn't gonna mess with the hoes, but Hunter got high. He was gonna take them all out on the boat, but
Hunter got high.
He's the smartest man Joe ever knew in his life. Yeah, head to Hunter got high. Hunter got high. Hunter got high. La, da, 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 da.
All right, that's all I'm going to play of it. I'm going to get in trouble as it is. Go ahead and take a look on YouTube. Go to what is it? Let me try. Oh, ow, 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 ow. I think if you search for Afro Man, Hunter Got High, you're going to find it. Listen, Afro Man, hey, I'm just having fun putting it out there. You put that song out there. It's just too good that I had to share it. So sorry about that. I know I'm going to get dinged copyright. Who gives a shit? I don't get paid for this. I don't want to be man. All right. So that's funny as hell. Go ahead, go on YouTube, look it up. Hunter Got High. And Hunter's trying to sue Fox News. But if you notice, he's not going after anybody else that posted. And trust me, that shit's been plastered all over the place. The news, not as much as it should have. CNN has shown it. MSNBC has shown it. But he's only going after Fox News. I wonder why. There's no political bias going on there. No. And let me tell you, I am not a huge Fox fan. I'm not against Fox. They are a media company. And this is the best. I saw someone with a meme that says it all. Now I won't be able to. Here it is. All right. And let me share this. And this is exactly it. And put it on the big screen.
If you're a facilities manager at a university, you know students rely on the cafeteria for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the occasional late-night snack. So when a dishwasher breaks down and dirty plates pile up, the mess hall can turn messy in the blink of an eye. Enter Granger. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast delivery, the product you need now is never far away. So you can turn that dishwasher back into a lean, clean washing machine. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
All right, here. Fox, all right. If President Trump said good morning, Fox News would report Trump unveils plan to make mornings great again. Huffington Post would, mornings are sexist, and here's how. CNN, can you believe what Fox News said about this? OAN would be, glorious leader Trump calls his sun to rise in East once again. Salon, mornings are racist, and here's how. Snoops, fact check, false. MSNBC, do you know who else has mornings? Russia. Daily Wire, Trump destroys Lib with these two little words. Washington Post, family of the late General Soleimani, meaning whatever, are unable to have a good morning thanks to Trump. The New York Times, mornings are better in communist China. Vice, I combined 12 prescription drugs and slept with a hooker to experience why mornings are transphobic. And, of course, the B. AOC doesn't even know how to spell good morning. What an idiot. That is dead on. And if you notice, it's making fun of both the left and the right on that. And I agree 100% with it. They each have their spin on things. And they're going to. So, but to sue Fox, well, they're just trying to go on this whole, bullshit over the elections. And it's funny that the company, partial owner of Fox, sued Fox so they make more money. That whole lawsuit was a joke. And again, in my opinion, elections were rigged in 2020. So I would have to agree with the assessment that Fox gave on that. No coffee tonight. Straight to the Red Bull. And remember, Red Bull gives you burpees. So we're going to start, not start off, but you know what I mean. First article is going to be protesters remove American flag, raise Palestinian flag in Harvard yard. That right there pisses me off. I know there's freedoms and all that, but I have a freedom to be pissed off. Protesters at an anti-Israel encampment in Harvard Yard removed an American flag from University Hall, the Central Administration Building, and flew a Palestinian flag in its place Saturday before university staff intervened. I think I might have a video over here of it. Let's see. It's up on Twitter. All right. Right. Because I got high. Because Hunter got high. Let's go to full screen. Boom, 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 boom. Back it up. And This in the United States, folks. I wonder how many people in this crowd are from the company Crowds on Demand or other companies like that. I hate to give them any notoriety. If you don't know what this company does, it's an American publicity firm that provides clients with hired actors to pose as fans, paparazzi, security guards, unpaid protesters, and professional paid protesters. The company operates in Los Angeles, San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York City, Washington, D.C., Iowa, and New Hampshire. Do you understand? Most of these groups are paid actors. They are paid to be there. They're paid. I mean, do you think that many people really give a shit about Palestine? I highly doubt it. Nothing against, but I don't think it's high up there in people's concern. DNC's probably paying these bastards. Go out there, start shit. You know, they show up. It's supposed to be this green movement, and they show up and they got pre-printed signs by the thousands. That takes time. That takes coordination. But the Harvard Crimson reported pro-Palestine students protesters at the Harvard Yard encampment flew 3 Palestine flags from University Hall on Saturday evening. A group of 3 protesters hoisted the flag over the John Harvard statue in the yard where the university sometimes flies the American flags or the flags of countries of visiting foreign dignitaries. As of 6:34 p.m., Harvard University police officers were calling Harvard Yard operations to remove the flag. As the staff removed the flags, protesters yelled shame and chanted free, free Palestine. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. That is wiping out Israel. Look at your maps. They're talking about wiping out Israel. Now, imagine, if you would, I get a group of people and we go protest these universities. And I call for Africa to be wiped off the map. How soon do you think I'm getting arrested and removed? So it's okay to call for the death of Jewish people. And I'm not Jewish, people, so don't think I'm not Jewish. I'm married into a Jewish family, yes, but I'm not Jewish. So these bastards are calling for the death of my family members. And that's exactly what that chant from the river to the sea is. But if I did that about Africa, Harlem, New York, any majority, let's say black, or if I did it about Puerto Rico, I would be arrested for a hate crime. Bet me. I'd be arrested so fast. But because it's against Israel. And the Democrats, yeah, a couple of them are going out there and giving a dog and pony show. But for the most part, the Democrats have been behind Palestine. They've been pro-Palestine since the start of the conflict, since Palestine attacked Israel. Let's get that down. Palestine attacked Israel. Palestine targeted civilians. I don't hear international cry on that. I hear a lot of you cocksuckers out there, pro-Palestine, are very ignorant and very quiet on that fact. But now that there's a goddamn war going on, and yes, civilians sometimes get caught in the crossfire, and it doesn't help when Palestine / Hamas uses civilians as shield, which is against Geneva Convention. I think it's against UN rules too. And the UN is fucking quiet about it. UN is useless. They stand for what it was created to stop. I have no use for the UN. UN can go fuck itself. UN should be kicked off U.S. soil. Oh. So there's a petition going around on Facebook over WHO and some of the new rules they want to implement, that any pandemic on the planet, they immediately become an authority and can make decisions, which would end American sovereignty. Okay? We would end our sovereignty because we would hand over power to the WHO. I'm drawing a blank. World Health Organization. So, Facebook, political fact check this, and it's false. They will not end sovereignty. I signed it, went to share it, and I put in there. In fact, if Facebook is so worried about fact checking and doesn't want false information out and all that bullshit, first of all, if they're saying it's false information, it's true. Because that's all Facebook is anymore, is a political cover-up for the left. They're a political cover. But if they were so worried about false information, then why? Why in the world is there flat earthers allowed on Facebook groups? And not just that, they promote flat earth Facebook groups with no fact checking. They allow that false information to be put out there. And yes, I will tell you, you're full of shit. The earth is not flat. We've known it for decades and decades and decades and decades. If you want to believe it's flat, that's your own stupidity. But Facebook doesn't touch them. So right there, that tells me right there that Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg is full of shit. Mark Zuckerberg is a little weasel, lying, piece of shit. Look at Facebook. He stole that idea. He stole the idea, people. I just... These idiots. It just blows my mind with these groups. I've been bashing on Ron DeSantis, but he had the balls to step up and say that shit ain't flying in Florida. I know we become the joke of a lot of things because we are a conservative state and we're not afraid to show it. We're for freedoms. And I'll call out Ron DeSantis when he does something that's stupid, and I have done it. Hey, what's our next one? I found this article right before I went on air. Fani Willis fails to show up to debate, leaving opponent to face an empty podium. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis is running for re-election this November, sort of. Typically, candidates for elected office engage in campaign events like debates. Willis, however, was a no-show for Sunday's evening's debate against opponent Christiana Y. Smith. Smith, a former prosecutor for the county, debated an empty podium instead of Willis, as Georgia's Capitol Beat News Service reported Monday. Some outlets claim that Willis's failure to appear was surprising, but in fact, she declined the invitation to participate at least a week ago, according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Willis's handling of the prosecution of former President Donald Trump has come under fire repeatedly, perhaps most famously for hiring Nathan Wade as special prosecutor, a man with whom she had a romantic involvement with. They had a big typo then. It said he. Willis and Wade both insisted that the romance began only after he had already been hired. But the judge in the case ruled that Wade would have to resign as special prosecutor, or that Willis herself would need to step aside. Wade resigned shortly after the judge announced his decision. During the debate, Wise Smith brought up the fact that Willis had decided to pay an outside attorney to prosecute the case rather than assign someone from her own office to handle it. When you pay one attorney $1 million to handle a case, it hurts everyone else in Fulton County, Wes Smith said, according to Capitol Beat. However, he added that he would continue the case against Trump if he is elected in November. We have to see the Trump case through while addressing everything else affecting Fulton, he said. That wasn't the only thing Wise Smith suggested he would have done differently in Trump's case, not to mention several others in Fulton County. Wise Smith also questioned the use of Willis has made of Georgia's Broad RICO, that's the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organization statute. Yeah, because RICO's not a statute. For those that don't know, Google that with AOC. The RICO statute to go after criminal conspiracy. Not only in the Trump case, but in the prosecution of rapper Young Thug and a group of associates on gang-related charges in the Atlantic Public Schools test cheating scandal a few years back, Capitol Beat reported. RICO was designed for organized crime. The former prosecutor said during the debate, using it against teachers is an overreach. He also said that he would work to reduce overcrowding in the county jails through a diversion program that would help bring people through the system a lot faster. Willis was co-hosting the second annual self-care fair Sunday evening as the debate was held, according to the New York Post. According to the polls of Fulton County voters released 4 days prior to the debate, Willis was leading Wise Smith by a commanding 70 points with 79% support compared to 9%. How can you support it's left me speechless. 79% support for Willis. 79% of the people want her back. She gets reelected. You deserve what you get, Fulton County. You deserve what you get. If you look at this case against former President Donald Trump, it has received not just national attention, but international attention, she said. She is probably, other than the New York DA, the most talked about DA in the world right now. How does that correlate to Fulton County voters? When you look at this poll, it is very name-specific, name recognition poll, and everyone knows her name. That's who you vote for. You deserve what you get. Don't forget, broadcasting on Rumble, SHR Media, YouTube, Reaver Common Sense, Facebook through SHR Media, and Jersey Joe. I think that's it. Now, after the show, you can listen to the podcast for Spreaker, iHeart, Spotify, Apple. If you're watching live, and you're on YouTube or you're on Rumble, don't forget to hit the like, share, and comment. Or jump into the chat. All right. Prosecutors hit a roadblock, forced to hand win to Arizona rancher accused of killing illegal immigrant. An Arizona rancher who faced charges of murdering an illegal immigrant won't be convicted. Santa Cruz County prosecutors are opting against trying George Allen Kelly a second time after his first murder trial ended in a mistrial. The jury of 8 voted against convicting Kelly last week by a 7-1 margin. When I heard the verdict and I heard it came out that it was a 7-1, I was sure that the prosecutors weren't going to try it again. And if you're wondering why, well, you got 7 people on the jury that said he was innocent, and you only have 1 thinking he's guilty. You're not going to do as good the second time around because the defense now knows all the cards you're holding. They know your tactics. They know what you're going to do. So it's going to be harder to prosecute. And in my opinion, harder to prosecute second time around. The lack of an unanimous verdict meant the trial could have been brought again by prosecutors, but they're choosing not to further litigate the case. Prosecutors disclosed their intent to dismiss the case against Kelly in a Monday hearing. Kelly was accused of killing a 48-year-old illegal immigrant, Gabrielle, and I'm not even going to try that name, around Nogales on January 30th, 2023. Prosecutors allege that Kelly fired 9 shots from an AK-47 rifle at a group of illegal immigrants who crossed the U.S.-Mexico border illegally. And as a defense, Kelly asserted that he merely fired warning shot as opposed to intentionally shooting at anyone. Kelly described seeing groups of individuals armed with rifles and backpacks at his southern Arizona property before firing warning shots, according to court TV. As much as I don't agree with warning shots, because, well, very easily innocent could get shot. I've heard horror stories coming out of Arizona, not from the news, from people who live there. We don't get to hear all these cases that are going on because the news doesn't like to publicize negative issues with illegal immigrants. But it's a lot more common that illegals are firing shots at homeowners simply for walking out of their house. And I was told a case not too long ago. Well, actually, it's a lot longer than I thought it was. Whew. Where a guy just went to his mailbox an illegal was going through his backyard, saw the guy, thought he was going to call the cops, shot and killed the homeowner who's just going to get his goddamn mail. If they weren't coming across the border illegally, these issues wouldn't be arising. But they're choosing to break our laws to get what they want. And it doesn't help Democrat Party doing nothing about it. The gentleman that was killed was later identified as a repeat deportee who had been previously convicted of illegally entering the United States. The 75-year-old rancher described his legal ordeal as a nightmare that had come to an end upon leaving the Santa Cruz County courthouse. And the fact that they chose to try to make an example of a 75-year-old rancher just tells you everything about the Democrats. They don't give a flying fuck about Americans. And the only time they do care about Americans is during the election season when you're voting for them. Otherwise, they don't give a rat's ass about you. Kelly earlier refused a plea deal prosecutors offered that would have seen the senior citizen plead guilty to negligent homicide. A consultant for Kelly's legal team asserted that Santa Cruz County efforts to prosecute the ranchers cost taxpayers more than $1 million. They should have known the chances and the atmosphere that's going on of getting him convicted would have been really low. AOC's in the news again. AOC calls protesters nonviolent. Leader caught saying Zionists deserve to die. The term gaslighting is used to describe psychological manipulation that makes the victim question reality. When a CNN Chevron read, fury but mostly peaceful protest after police shooting. While a reporter stood outside a building engulfed in flames during the Kenosha, Wisconsin riots in 2020, that was gaslighting. And when Democratic Representative AOC of New York refers to anti-Israel protests erupting in college campuses all over the country as peaceful, that was gaslighting too. During an Earth Day event on Monday, AOC told a crowd in Triangle, Virginia, "It is especially important that we remember the power of young people shaping this country today of all days, as we once again witness the leadership of those peaceful student-led protests on campus like Columbia, Yale, Berkeley, and many others." Let me pop this up. I'm liking this program for this. Let me tell you, this program, Restream, it's so much easier to play videos and sound clips and to have guests on than when I did the show, 8 years ago. Because all the different programs I had to use multiple computers so that I could broadcast on Spreaker, which is audio only, and then to have it was just YouTube at that time. I had to run two computers, and the software, it was nightmare to set up. This is just holy shit. I love this. Thank you, Restream. All right.
It is especially important that we remember the power of young people shaping this country today, of all days, as we once again witness the leadership of those peaceful student-led protests on campuses like Columbia, Yale, Berkeley, and many others. Student-led protests on campus, those peaceful student-led protests on campuses like Columbia, Yale, Berkeley, and many others.
Peaceful. Peaceful. Saying they're peaceful is like saying I'm skinny. FYI, I'm not skinny. No. I'm the fitness protection program. I'm in shape. Round is a shape. Pear shape is a shape. So I'm in shape. It's not good shape right now. I'm trying, people. I'm trying. So AOC, I mean, if this woman had a brain cell, she'd be dangerous. Not because she's a woman, but just because she's a fucking idiot. People. Pretending that chants like, we say justice, you say hell. Burn Tel Aviv to the ground. Hamas, we love you. We support your rockets too. Or simply peaceful displays of youthful activism is like describing the 9/11 terrorists as just some people did something. Here, give me a second. So they're for rebellion, Democrats are, when it's other countries. But if there's any rebellion in the United States, insurrection! Oh. They're idiots. It's scary this woman represents us. Jewish students have been forced out of classrooms for safety reasons. But the Democrats say this is peaceful. And now AOC isn't the only one out there running her mouth. So, one that pisses me off is, let's see if I still have that article. I went and cleaned the bookmarks out the other day. I love the Chicago Bears were told to pay for their own stadium. Yes, and it's not because Chicago Bears. Us taxpayers should not be funding these stadiums. You are a corporation. Pay for it yourself. You expect me to pay for the building and then charge me to go into that building. Oh, what a bunch of assholes. Biden said that there's good people on both sides when it comes to the Israel-Palestine conflict. Remember the lie that they pushed on Trump saying there was good people on both sides? This jackass actually said it, that there's good people on the terrorist side. And the media ignored it. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm starting to run out of time, and I still got so many articles to go through. Oh. All right, let's try to get on. One more video for these peaceful protests. Again, for these peaceful protests. Israel will fall. Basically, from the river to the sea. Peaceful. Yes, peaceful. We're going to go to some local news. I'm going to show a video from Fox 32 Chicago. We know that Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who just got served last Friday with subpoenas from the FBI for Dalton Township. Now, she's like the supervisor or something manager for Thornton Township. 2 townships, 2 government jobs, double dipping. So now, this past Friday in Thornton Township, here's from Fox.
For Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard, Fox 32 has learned that FBI agents served subpoenas on Friday at the Thornton Township Hall in South Holland, where Henyard is also serving as township supervisor. Now, we don't know yet what the FBI is asking for in those subpoenas. Last week, we broke the news that the FBI had served 2 subpoenas.
And to top it off, her attorney, I think it's for Dalton, the attorney, I think it's township attorney. He's been representing her and all. Has filed paperwork in some lawsuits to be removed as attorney. Her attorney wants to quit. I think someone knows when to bail. Let's see what else there. Travis County DA declines to charge protesters arrested at UT. What is it? Austin. 46 trespassing cases. The prosecutor is not going to charge them with. Then they wonder why these kids think they can get away with anything because we got prosecutors with no fucking balls. But then they do stupid cases like Trump, that gentleman out in Arizona. These kids get away with murder nowadays, and we wonder why they're acting like idiots. Whoopi Goldberg, media pushing false clickbait narrative on campus protests. Whoopi Goldberg told her co-host Monday on ABC The View, when is that fucking show going to get canceled? I can't believe it has any viewership. Co-host Sonny. Oh. So I got in a little spat with this idiot on Twitter. I thought it was funny. And we were talking about climate. I said, what next? You're going to tell me that earthquakes and solar eclipse are caused by climate change? And the dumbass goes, no, I'll leave it. That's something you Trump supporters would come up with. I was like, hey, jackass, you do know that was Sunny Hostin from The View. She is a representative of the left. Stated that, not me. Boop. He shut up faster than anything. Made me laugh. So she's in the news again. I think these are anti-war protests, and I think it's distressing that we're framing these as pro-Palestine protests or pro-Israel protests. No, these are not anti-war protests. They're calling for the destruction of Israel. That is not an anti-war protest, you dumb. She also added, it has never been in my life, in my career, the criticizing policy of government is equated with anti-Semitism. And that, I think, is a far right. It comes from the far right. Listen here, you dumb bitch. The anti-Semitism has, for a very long time, come from you and your left. The right has been sticking up for Israel for decades. The Democrats have been shitting on the Israel people, the Jewish people, for a long fucking time. And you want to sit there and try to pass it off. Fuck you. Own up to it. You run your mouth, own up to it. Idiots. I swear. Then when they get caught in this shit, they try blaming everybody else's fault. Take responsibility for your own shit. So Biden decided to appear on Howard Stern. I used to like listening to Howard Stern. And even when he went over to the satellite radio, I thought about getting a subscription. I can tell you this right now. I will not pay for Sirius Satellite ever, as long as that clown is on there. I will never pay for Sirius Satellite if that clown is on there. He is a has-been. He now attacks people for what he did all his life. Everything he stood for, he now attacks. Be a man. Stand up for what you did. People respected you when you spoke your mind. Now, because you're rich and you're in the in crowd, now you're trying to kiss their ass and act like them. That tells me what kind of person you really are. You're a piece of shit scumbag. That's my opinion. I have a right to my opinion. You don't like Howard Stern? Go fuck yourself. You have mocked LBG community. You've used it to further your career. You've degraded women. And somebody like Biden, you would have bashed. And now you got your nose so far up Biden's ass, it's not funny. Probably tastes what he had for lunch. No president would have went on Howard Stern years ago because they know they would have got lambasted. This is also the man that kissed Trump's ass for decades. This is a man that thought about running for office but had no balls to do it. I will never, ever. I got satellite capability in my truck. I will not. And I thought about getting it, but when I saw the Howard Stern is there, nope. Hey, Siri, because of him, you're losing money. And I know I'm not the only one feeling that way. You're losing a lot of money because of that, man. And you're paying him a shitload of money to sit in his basement. And he doesn't even live in New York anymore or Connecticut. He's down here in Florida getting the tax exemptions and bashing the state that gives him the freedom. I'm trying to find, because Stern or Biden told Stern he's happy to debate Trump. Oh, I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that. Oh, Trump's going to annihilate that stuttering bastard. No, I don't have a problem with people that stutter with that, man. Yeah, I'm trying to find. He gave another doozy lie on the Biden or on the Stern show. Oh, that he got arrested back when he was a kid for civil rights movement. That guy. Let's see. Joe Biden again said he drove an 18-wheeler. He's been in politics his whole life. He's lied that he got arrested with, I think it was not Malcolm X. Damn it. I can't believe I can't think of the name. Martin Luther King. He said he got arrested with Martin Luther King. He's now said that he got arrested. There was some kind of protest going on, and he was on the porch of a black family, so he got arrested for that. Don't forget, his new one is his uncle got eaten by cannibals. Here it is. Joe Biden faced a wave of criticism on Friday from media outlets and commentators for stretching the truth during a rare live interview with radio host Howard Stern. During the interview with Stern, Biden spoke about an array of subjects, including a debate with former President Donald Trump ahead of the 2024 election and the time he got arrested as a teenager at a Delaware desegregation protest. No record of him being arrested. This man lies. And it pisses me off because I get the like, Trump lies. But you're okay with this guy lying. You never call him out for lying. Yeah, Trump said some lies. Tell me a fucking president that hasn't lied. Please, tell me a president that hasn't lied. If you like your insurance, you can keep your health insurance. If you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. I'm just, holy shit. Howard Stern, he just needs to crawl into his basement. And the psychological issues that are going on in that man's head. And I got to laugh because his fear of COVID and hiding in his basement. And then he goes and gets COVID. And he's been given the vaccine God knows how many times. Listen, I got the vaccine. I will admit I did get it because I understand it's not a vaccine technically. No, not technically. It's not a vaccine. But the way it was explained to me, and I've looked into it, what that does is lowers the effect when you get COVID. And if you're doing, and again, I'm pulling numbers out of my ass just to give an example, try to tell you what I'm thinking. If COVID without any of the shots you get was a 10, with the shots it was like a 5. I have rheumatoid arthritis. I have to take medication. I don't have any now because I have no insurance. I have to take medication that lowers my immune system. Only reason why I did it, because my immune system gets lowered. I know it's not going to stop me from getting COVID, because I've gotten COVID. I think I've gotten it twice. Never even went to the fucking doctors. Took the test, saw I had COVID, ran it out a day or two, was fine. So I find it funny that this guy's gotten jabbed more times than a hooker for the COVID. And he went and got COVID. And he hides in his basement. He's a basket case. Oh, so much more to go, but that's the time. I'm debating whether to start pushing for a 2-hour show. I don't know. But right now, we're going to keep it at an hour every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here, YouTube, at Reaver of Common Sense, Rumble, SHR Media, Facebook is on SHR Media and Jersey Joe. Yes, I don't have this stuff memorized down. I just started coming back. Now, I'll upload for podcast right after the show to Spreaker, and that uploads to a host, more than I'm actually listing. But for Spotify, iHeart, and Apple, well, of course, Spreaker, and a host of others podcast places. So you can find the Reaver of Common Sense just about anywhere. Just like a good hooker. And with that, little smart-ass comment. Don't forget, if you want to tip me, there's QR codes in the top left and top right-hand corners. You can go ahead and scan those. Venmo and Cash App. Don't forget to hit the like, share. And I do post on TikTok for the fun of it because I like pissing people off. I really do. I like pissing people off on that site. Someone was saying something about, and when I do TikTok, the only flags you get to see that are behind me is the U.S. Coast Guard flag and the American flag. U.S. United States of America flag. Yep. And they were talking something about genocide and all this shit. Listen, if you're going to talk smack like that, I'm not going to allow those comments because TikTok does flag those. I'm not going to allow crap like that. But everything else, go right ahead. I've had a discussion about guns with somebody back and forth. They wouldn't answer my question. They kept trying to go to theirs. And, they tried the, well, if we don't regulate guns, should we regulate RPGs and rockets? Oh. So I asked them, should we have to license and register for our 13th Amendment? Should we be free from that? Only if we license and register. Should we have to get licensed and registered for our religion, freedom of religion, freedom of speech? Should we have to get a card that says we have the right to freedom of speech? Yes, freedom of speech can be deadly. Should we have to get registration to have the right 4th Amendment and 5th? 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 4th He wouldn't answer those. He just wanted to talk about rockets. I forget the term for that. You know, he was trying to make this exaggerated claim. That's not what we're talking about. But with that, I'll be back Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. SHR Media, conservative media, done right. Have a good week.